welcome back to Warren Slayer Gaming. Today we are going to hop into the alpha for Black Ops Cold War. We're going to go ahead and review all the extras, what we have so far and know so far about the game. I know there are a lot of reviews out there. I'm going to take a different look at it from I guess you could say an average player, someone that's not getting 30 to 40 kills per game, someone that actually dies every one or two kills. I'm going to give you kind of my aspect of it, what I see. I have played quite a few matches on it just to kind of get a good gameplay. So we're going to go ahead and go over so far what we have for the alpha are the gun availability. We have the XM4, AK-47 we are definitely very familiar with. It is a common gun that is in most games, and most of the Call of Duty games actually. I know it was in Modern Warfare. It was I want to say it was overpowered in Modern Warfare. This game, most of the guns are actually pretty even. But what I do like is if you see at the bottom here, it does show where it's compared to the XM4. Right now, the class that I have selected, I do currently have an XM4. So it does show what the firepower, speed, accuracy, and ammo comparability to what I currently have available. Same thing with the Krig 6. Now, I haven't used this gun yet. I don't know what it's like. I may go on ahead and I may set up a class with that just so we can get a test and to see what this gun is like, coming from, again, an average player, someone that's not the greatest player in this game. I mostly play just because I enjoy the gameplay, but I also like to kind of see where they're coming from previous Call of Duty games to current. Now, with what I see here, like I said, I currently have the XM4 equipped, and on that, I actually have quite a few different things. I have mill stop reflex, which with this you can actually see there are quite a few different options, and this is only what we have available to us for the alpha so far. Again, the alpha is not a complete version of the game, so this is not finalized. As I did enter the game, there was terms and conditions just stating that I do understand that this is not a final version of the game, and this may not be exactly what we completely see in the beta or even the full game. Now, I'll circle back to the actual primary weapon. I want to jump down to these wild cards real quick. The wild cards, we actually have quite a few different ones. We have Danger Close, which is getting extra lethals and tactical equipment. A lot of times when you get the wild cards, a lot of times you never really, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, please do correct me. From what I remember, though, a lot of the Danger Close or even the wild cards that would grant extra tactical or extra lethal equipment didn't ever really give you extra tactical. I remember there was one for each, but I may be wrong on that, and if I am wrong, I do apologize on that. Now, there is also Lawbreaker, which is essentially just Overkill, which for a lot of different games, Overkill was have primary on both have a primary weapon for both your primary and secondary. Now this actually allows you to equip any weapon in either slot and equip any perks. So you can actually equip whatever you want and make your classes what you feel comfortable with. I know Modern Warfare, the downside is if you're trying to go through and get a pistol marked gold, or get any special camos or anything like that unlocked for guns, you had to go through the process of loading into a match, changing from your primary down to your secondary, and then running that secondary, and you die, you come back, you do the same thing. You didn't have that option to run that pistol as your primary weapon. I know my fiance does run rockets, and I know that's a lot of times that's something that she does like to do. She wants to have that as a primary. That does allow her to this allows her to actually put a primary weapon on, or I'm sorry, put a rocket as the primary weapon, and maybe even I think you can still actually run a secondary rocket as a secondary. I could be wrong on that. We don't know until the actual full game drops. With this, we don't have a lot in regarding rockets, and we will review that as well. Gunfighter, this is what I'm actually excited about, and this is what I know a lot of people were excited about when this game did drop. With Gunfighter, let's take it back to Modern Warfare real quick. Modern Warfare, each gun that you got, you had 5 slots and that was it. If you wanted something extra, you had to remove something and put something else on there. It didn't bother me as much, but what I had a problem with was, okay, I want this sight on here, but I want this extra perk, or I want this extra uh, like the extra grip tape, or the extra one of this optic on here with this barrel, with the silencer, or anything like that, and you can't do all that when you only have 5 slots. The Gunfighter allows you to have 3 extra slots, giving you up to 8. Unlike where, let's go back to Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4, you had, I believe it was 10 on Black Ops 4. You had 10, and that covered everything from primary to secondary to all your perk cards to all your extras and regarding lethals and the tacticals. Not a great setup, not bad, but not great. You still again, you're still sacrificing what you want in the game to be able to actually perform the way you want to. So the Gunfighter definitely does allow you to have what you want on your primary weapon to be able to get to where you need to be and what you want and what you feel satisfied with. So perk greed, same thing we've always seen with anytime we have perk greed, which is just getting you extra perks. If you're one of those people that doesn't mind having the 5 card slots, or sorry, 5 attachment slots on one gun, and you're more of I want 6 perks on my gun or my class, perk greed is for you. I know I have multiple different classes that I have actually customized on this. I will go over a few of what I have here. I do run perk greed on some of them, but most of them I do actually run the Gunfighter only because I like having 8 slots on one gun. So let's go back. I wanted to go over that because I wanted to come back to the actual primary gun that I have. I have the XM4 set up on this class alone. So with this, with having the Gunsmith, I actually was able to go through, and as you can see here, there are many different things. We are limited again with this being an alpha. There are certain limitations on what we're allowed to have and what they're actually giving us. Now it does, what I do like is they are letting us see some of the other options that we have available, which isn't bad at all. It kind of gives you an insight into what's to come when the game does drop. My personal experience from what I've played so far, I've been playing this game since it dropped today. I'm in the Eastern time zone, which it dropped 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock Eastern time, and actually we were able to access it about 15 minutes early. I've been playing it non-stop since that point. I have not switched games. I may be taking a break here or there just to kind of relax, give my hands a break, but I haven't played any games aside from this. I am actually very happy with the gameplay that I have experienced, which I hopefully will be able to get to here today. So you actually can see here there's different there's only 2 available, and most guns is kind of the same. You have 3 different magazines. What I do like though is that each gun doesn't have a perk anymore. The perk is overall. You now have the speed mags, which are great. As you get into the game, it's a quick reload. You can actually set up a gun to have these 40 like what I have here. I have a 40 round mag, but it's a speed mag, meaning I can quickly take out the empty, reload it, go, and gun and go. I'm not very big on a sniper. I'm not a sniper type person. I'm more of a quick kind of, honestly, kind of spray and pray person. I'm not happy to admit that, but that's just kind of how I was played. I'm a person, I'd rather run in there with into the gunfire and just go at it and hope for the best. It kind of does me well most of the time. Sometimes it gets me into trouble. Now, secondaries, we do have 2 pistols available. We have the 1911, the Diamatti. The Diamatti is the burst fire, 2 shotguns, a pump action, and an automatic. Launchers, like I said, we only have 1 launcher, which I know some people right now aren't the people that do like to do a lot of the rocketeering when it comes down to online, I guess I should say. It's not really the rocket they expected. That's more of there's a helicopter in the sky. Let me lock on and blow that shit out of the sky. That's about all you get out of that. So then you got the gunsmith, which with this here you only get 5. Now the secondary guns you only get 5. And again, with alpha version, that's all we have so far. There may be a perk that you can actually add, and there may be more wildcards that you can add on to this. I don't know. Nobody knows until the actual full game drops, but hopefully they'll have more wildcards to where you can have up to 8 attachments on the secondary gun, which could make some of these shotguns or whatever shotguns, pistols, launchers, whatever you have, could make them overpowered. But I'm happy to see what they could do with the game, and what I've seen so far, I am very happy with what they have so far. So we only get 2 options for tactical, which are the smoke grenade and stun grenade. The lethal, it's only frag and C4 now. What I do want to show with the C4, and I'll actually set one up here and we'll run that real quick, just so you can actually see it for yourself. But the C4 has actually changed from the Modern Warfare. I know a lot of people in Modern Warfare, and I actually just started doing it as well, like to run out, throw a C4, double tap in the air, and it just goes off mid-air. Unfortunately, they have changed that, and we will run that again, just double check to make sure. Again, with the alpha, things could be different, may not be set up completely like that, but from what I've seen and from what I've heard, it is set up to where you have to actually place it on the ground before it will actually detonate. Now, this is what I like. Unlike Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, we do have field upgrades. Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3 was actually, I know at least Black Ops 4 was set up to where you would have an operator. The operator had their specialty that they could do. With them going back to the Cold War genre, which is honestly kind of almost similar to what Black Ops 1 was like. Kind of the Black Ops 1 time frame. We have the proximity mine, same turret, jammer, field mic. There may be, and I would assume there's probably more to come, because there were a lot that they did have on Black Ops 4. If there weren't any more field upgrades other than these, I honestly would not be very pleased with that personally, because I know that they did put a lot and focus a lot on the field upgrades on most of their previous games, and especially with teaming up. This time, it's not just Treyarch. It's Treyarch, Raven, Activision. There's quite a few companies and developers that are actually have their hands in this game, so we're going to see a lot of combinations coming from like the Modern Warfare, Black Ops, and a lot of that are all combined into one game, and that's a great thing to see coming forward. Proximity mine, though, very explanatory, very easy to understand, self-explanatory, but downside with the alpha, proximity mines don't really work that well. I noticed this because earlier I got killed by somebody, and as I died, you have that kind of like last moment before the kill cam. My proximity mine went off behind them, and it did not do anything to them. I'm not very happy with proximity mine. Again, as I've said multiple times already, it is the alpha. There is still things to work out, but as the companies do see people playing the alpha more, they will notice, okay, this proximity mine's not working. If we report it more, or if it's brought up to attention multiple times, they will be able to see that as well. Same turret, land to air, very simple, very understandable. Same thing we've seen in honestly most Call of Duty games. Place it down, helicopters come in, it takes out the helicopter, or anything like that. Jammer, disruption field, enemy field upgrades, enemy mini-map information, anything like that, jams it, they can't use it. Field mic, which is actually pretty nice, highlights enemy sounds on the mini-map. So somebody runs by it, okay, I know I set this on one side of the map, but I'm all the way on the other side, okay, I know they're they're spawning in on this side now I can see it. So, the perks, we have Engineer, Tactical Mask, and Flak Jacket. Flak Jacket we've seen multiple times. Tactical Mask, just flashbang, stun grenade, and immune to gas. Same thing we've seen. A lot of these we've seen over and over again. There's no need to really go over a lot of them. There's not really nothing new. Quartermaster, the name has changed from what it was previously. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I do apologize. But this is just a recharge of equipment over 25 seconds. So say like if you run this with the actual um, what's it called? I'm sorry, the wild card. You run this with, let's see, you run this with danger close. You can have more than just 2 actual lethal grenades on you at a time, and tactical actually, if you run it right, because you can go through, and if that recharges the equipment, that'll give you both of those after 25 seconds. You throw your first 2 grenades, they're done. Throw another one after 25 seconds, you're good. You can keep going over and over again. Tracker, same thing we've seen over and over again. Great feature. This one is a little bit different. It does look a little bit weird with the footprint, so it does take a little bit to get used to. But it's just tracking people. You can see where the footprints are, so you know where your enemies are as you go along. I'm actually running Scavenger because it's the same thing. I've realized here recently I prefer the Scavenger over the tracker normally, just so I can have that extra ammo. I do tend to run ammo a lot, especially with going through and being a person that likes to just kind of let me run in here and spray my gun real quick. I get a few kills and keep running. I run out of ammo quicker. With the perk, and again, these are all what we have available so far. They're probably, I can almost guarantee there would be more coming out with the actual final game. Maybe even the beta access, we might have more coming out. I do plan on pre-ordering this game, and I will also review the beta whenever it does come out to see what differences we have. If there aren't really any differences when the beta comes out, I may not review the beta just because I don't want to end up going through and reviewing the same concept twice. But betas normally will have more than what the alpha does, because alpha does mean alpha is beginning, beta is second. So the beta will give us more of a teaser of what we're going to expect when the full game comes out. So cold-blooded, same thing we've always seen. Nothing. You're not able to be tracked by, say, like you have thermals. You can't be seen on thermals. Yeah. So it actually does say right here, AI-controlled score streaks will not target you. Show up on cold on thermals. So I know a lot of people. That love having those thermals. Unfortunately, cold-blooded is not your best friend with those, but cold-blooded you can still at least see some. You can see the outline of a person, but you won't see like the heat or anything like that. Score streaks, player-controlled score streaks. So those any helicopters or anything like that, whatever the other score streaks we may get, you can't. You won't be seeing those as well. Players and vehicles, same thing. Ghost. So spy planes, which are essentially the new UAV. Or the new name for the UAVs, because this again does take place during Cold War time frame. This just makes you undetectable by spy planes, planting or defusing bombs, or controlling score streaks. Kind of similar, from the way it sounds, kind of similar to cold-blooded, but a little bit different, only because you're undetectable. Cold-blooded just makes it to where essentially you're not targeted and you won't show up on thermals. Ninja, you sprint more quietly, and you're resistant to the field mic, so you can't be detected or anything like that. So as we've gone over a few different things, let me go over. I'm not going to go over every single piece because you can see them here. We do have about 3 guns per class. So we have 3 different options for submachine guns, 3 different options for assault rifles. I'm running an MP5, which is normally the gun that, honestly, the best gun I've found so far in the alpha with having access. Now, tactical rifles are only 2, classic M16. Great to see that come back. That hasn't been around since, honestly, Black Ops 4. Even with Black Ops 4, I think that did come out as kind of like a special weapon you had to get later on in the game. You actually didn't get that right off the bat. You kind of had to work to get that gun. Type 63, just a simple kind of marksman rifle. So it's like your carbines and things like that. Not quite closest thing you're going to get to a sniper with a rifle. Tactical rifles, M16 is honestly the same thing. It's just a 3-round burst. If you don't like running snipers, which I don't run snipers, again, I can't run a sniper to save my life. Cold War, I've run snipers a little bit more than I normally would. Gone a little bit outside of my comfort zone and can run it a little bit more. not quite as well. Now the RPD, great gun to see come back. This has actually been a big part from what I used to use it for was in like World War II, or not World War II, sorry, Black Ops 2 Zombies. I used to run this a lot. You'd get this a lot when you go to the box. Great gun to have, a lot of damage, as you can see at the bottom. Firepower, speed, accuracy, ammo, definitely a great gun, very well balanced. The Stoner 63, another great LMG to have come back. And two snipers that I'm not quite familiar with. They may not be new ones, but the fact that it does say one shot kill to the head, upper chest, and shoulders, I can't speak for this for the Pellington 703. I have used that quite a few times, and it does come out as a one shot. You hit the shot just right, it'll come out. So like I was saying, MP5 class, because I only have 5 attachments on my MP5. My MP5, I didn't find any extra barrels. Well, I didn't find any extra barrels that I deemed necessary for the gun that I needed. So I went on ahead and just took that off and ran the perk greed so I can have pretty much almost all the perks that I needed, all the perks that I found necessary, and it's done me well for this class. Now I'm actually going to change something. I'm not big on suppressors, so I'm actually going to take that out and throw in something that gives me a better range, which I'm going to take off my sound suppressor. We're going to run that and see how that works. Hopefully it does better for me. We'll see. MP5 has been great. AK-74U, another great gun to come in. Smaller version of the AK-47. Lightweight and efficient. My Type 63, this is what I have set up. I think I'm actually going to take off the optic on it and maybe use a different one, because I've noticed that with having a sniper, with kind of having like a sniper optic on it, it's okay, but it doesn't quite do what I want it to do. So I might change the actual optic on it, which I'm going to do that here real quick. So that's all fine. I did choose this one. Has kind of been Custom 5 has kind of been my adjustment one. I kind of been bouncing around, testing different guns, testing different things. 1 through 4 I'm kind of solid on. I've used these back and forth. Maybe 3 I've changed a couple times, but definitely 5 is where I'm testing more guns. The M16 is definitely a great gun in this game. I don't run M16s that much, unfortunately. I've struggled with 3-round burst. So let's get into score streaks. This is what we have so far. Your classic RCXD, which I am happy that it does come back from. Very self-explanatory. Now the driving is different now with it when it does come down to like driving tanks. We can just from what we have access so far. I've seen tanks, boats, jet skis, and snowmobiles. Believe that's all that we had that I've seen so far. It's just those 4. Could be wrong. There could be a couple more, but I believe that's all we have so far with the alpha. You no longer have to hold down a trigger or press any extra buttons to drive. It's just you push forward. It's anybody that's ever played Halo is actually similar to the driving controls with that when you drive like a Warthog. Your left stick, you just push up and you go straight, back, pull back on the left stick, it goes backwards, and any direction you're looking, you do steer. Now you can change that in your settings. I don't change it because I do like whenever I turn and I look a different direction, my vehicle goes that way. So this is the spy plane, which is a new UAV. Very self-explanatory. Does show you where everything is. Cooldown is 90 seconds. Artillery. Very self-explanatory as well. Drop 3 locations on the map. Lays it out. Napalm. Orange Death. I believe I may have got that wrong. I'm trying to remember. But Napalm itself, the Napalm Strike, definitely is very deadly. If you run it right, it is just a straight across the map, across a certain little area that you select. We'll drop the napalm, drop the bombs. If you can hit it right, you can get a lot of kills and do a lot of damage with it. So then we have Air Patrol, which takes out enemy, which actually I don't run a lot of the higher ones because I don't get a lot of kills in a match. Again, I don't I can't get a lot of kills back to back to be able to build up the score streaks, and I'll actually go over something I'm happy with in this game. But you can get jets to attack enemy airstreaks, and counter enemy air patrols. So if somebody else calls in an air patrol, you have an air patrol as well. You can call them, and they can. One of them's gonna come out. One of them's gonna come out the victor, and be able to kind of clear each other out of the sky. And what that does is actually, if somebody's trying to drop in a napalm on you, or somebody has like an attack helicopter or chopper gunner, you're going to be able to take those out. If you call that in, it's going to attack those directly, get those out of the field. Now, we have the war machine, very self-explanatory on that as well. Grenade launcher, best way I can explain it. They're still keeping up with that in the game, which I always used to run. The war machines in Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 3, I just like the bouncing grenades out of them. I don't think it's still got the bouncing grenades on them, but it is still very similar to that. An armed chopper support, attack helicopter, unmanned. It's automatic. You drop it into the field, it comes out, shoots. Chopper gunner, you're in the seat of the gun. You go out and spray the field, kill the people. Again, can't guarantee that's all the score streaks we're going to have, but so far that's what we have in the alpha. Now we do have a few different operators we have to choose from. We have 7. I did that. Sorry about that. We have 10 to choose from at this moment, and that's so far that's it. Now I know once this game does go live, you will have access to any extra characters or anything that you have actually made that you have purchased or anything from previous games or the Modern Warfare. You will have access to those as well. So we're going to go on ahead and let's see. So right now all we have access to is featured, which all it gives you a core mosh pit or combined arms domination. Core mosh pit gives us 3 maps: Miami, Satellite, and Moscow. They're all great maps, very, very good. I've played all 3 of them multiple times. Miami's a little bit rough and it was a little bit hard to play, only because it is a night map. Night maps are always generally a little bit hard. There's a lot of light, so you don't have to. It's not like Modern Warfare where you have to use night vision goggles or anything like that. Combined arms domination is very similar to ground war from Modern Warfare, where you have it's a 12v12. This one has 16. Well, this one is 16 to 24 players. Core mosh pit is 10 to 12. The combined arms domination, you have 5 points. First team to capture all 5 points and get the most points by the end of the time limit when comes victor. This is the one where you can drive tanks, snowmobiles, boats, or armored boats with guns, and jet skis. This one only has 2 maps, Armada and Crossroads so far. Again, there are different maps that can come out later on. Who knows what's going to come out later. I'm just going to do a core mosh pit game, just kind of go over that for today. We'll take a look into a few things later on. We'll probably may end up doing a live stream later on over the weekend. This game is available on PS4 only from the 18th, which is Friday, till 1 o'clock p.m. on Sunday.
Kill confirmed. Our people demand victory.
Oh, and there's first death. So this is the Miami map. With Miami, it's like I said, it is a night map. It's not too bad. There's a lot of lighting to it. I'm running the XR4. Oh, and they got me.
They're falling behind.
So, like I said, I'm not the greatest at this game, so we're just gonna see kind of how this goes. And there's too many people in this window, so... Oh, I got flashed. of have to see, because you throw it kind of quick. That's the XRM4. I'm running a shotgun as secondary on this class. There's not... Oh, and I'm just going to go ahead and run my MP5. I know we're going to test the C4. I'm just going to run the gun I know I'm good at on this. It's about the best way I can explain it. Oh. Red dot sights. Oh, teammate got him. Now, although I have ran a few maps, or quite a few games on this today, still a little bit weary, still a little bit rough around the edges on this. Definitely are better players out there than me. I will admit that. I know I'm not the greatest player, but again, I just like to play for fun. I like to play for fun and review the games that come out. I will admit there is adaptive sound with this. I believe it is a 3D sound which they have actually done for the PS5. I don't know if the Xbox is gonna have the adaptive sound, but I know with the PS5 it does have a 3D sound to it. So as you're playing the game, you'll be able to hear a lot more when anybody comes through. Like any direction anybody comes from, you can hear it a lot better. Now, one thing I do like is still, just like Modern Warfare, you can still go through and change your class mid-game. Now, again, it doesn't change until you die, just like that. So we can still run the C4 on this class. Now, I don't think I have it set up to where this class will regain it after I die. Yeah, I do not. I have the perk greed on this one. Yeah, it's the delay on it is a little bit. With the Type 63, I run a pistol. These pistols are very, very interesting. I mean, you can see just the sight that I have on this pistol already. It's definitely overpowered a little bit, which I'm not complaining. And I missed that guy. Oh, the one thing I didn't get to with the score streaks. Score streaks you can now, or kill streaks, score streaks, whichever one you want to call them, but they now actually last through your death, and that's permanent. You don't have to have an extra perk or anything set up for that, which I'm actually happy about. So as you go through, you die, you come back, you can still work on earning your kill streaks throughout the game, and you can still, and just because that happens, you still can earn them more than once, which is actually a great feature to have, because I always struggle with being able to get any kill streaks in a game. As you can see, definitely didn't got that one there. Oh, and I'm not gonna complain. That's still very good. Right, for me, this is definitely a very more better round than what I've normally been experiencing.
Artillery awaiting target coordinates.
Let's see, that's our helicopter, so SAM turret wouldn't do me much good right now. I'm on your team. Those are just tags. There's somebody down there, though. Now, with this game, you have to play it a little. Oh, and I'm out of ammo. Did not realize that. You honestly have to play this one a little bit smarter, though. I will admit that. You can't just run and gun as much as you used to. Oh, that's fine. 13-7, not bad. So I will actually go ahead and do the artillery strike, which I think if I strike here, here, and let's say another one there, I should be good. That should give me what I wanted, and I got the napalm strike. So I will go back up here, back to where I was, and we will drop a napalm in, and we will go over that too. Downside, but that is perfectly fine, because we're going to drop the napalm. Calling Agent Orange. Let's see, am I going to be in an area where I'm going to see it? Definitely not. Yep, I wasn't where you could see it, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to experience what it looks like, but... Oh. I think they're showing it back this way, I want to say. I don't think so, though.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Oh, I forgot that I was running... Oh, nope, I wasn't running C4 on this one. Alright. See, we have the same turret. They got a spy plane. Watch the same turret do its job. Oh, thought they had a spy plane. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe I just put it in the wrong position. Oh, there's somebody up there though. Oh!
We are winning this.
Not doing too bad though. I will admit, not a bad job. Not that bad.
Artillery targeting detected.
Gotcha.
Call incoming artillery.
Oh, no, 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 no! Alright. I did not get hit by the artillery, which is great. Because that artillery is not something to be hit by. Only throw grenades up there, because I know that's where, as you can see, that's where I was posted up most of the time. That's where a lot of people tend to camp a lot in this map, is this window right here. Because it's easy to get to, and you can see a lot of the map from this one location. But I did destroy a spy plane, so that's more points for me. Oh! Oh yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, and they're on that rooftop, and I didn't see them till the very end. But still actually didn't do that bad. Normally I don't do that good. 15 and 10. Not too bad. Comment, subscribe. If there's anything that you want to see, leave a comment. And again, just remember to stay strong, slay on.